Hey, this is Kurt from Hard Mode Gamers, and I want to take a moment of your time to talk about the Devolver Digital press conference. Because, hoo boy, was that something. You gotta see this. If you haven't seen it, watch the recap. It may be worth it. It was only about 15 minutes long, but let me tell you what happened. Okay, so to start, I forgot a lot of the proper names here because so much went on, and I live on the East Coast, and this was on really late. So they opened with a sketch, and a guy was like trying to prepare for the show. Then they go to the actual show, which is in a theater somewhere. A lady rolls in, fires a revolver a few times, gets everyone to shut up, fires it more times, tosses it. Then a man in a green mocap costume runs in, picks it up, and takes off. That set the tone amazingly, I gotta say. Then after that, a few things went on, followed up with them actually opening up with a game. It was a twin stick shooter, and it actually looks pretty good. I don't even remember the name, though, because my stream got messed up and I couldn't catch the name. And everybody on the Twitter stream couldn't seem to remember what the game was called either. It was just that weird. Then they followed up with another bizarre sketch about a machine that turns your money into a game. And then it just ends up sawing this guy's hand off. That happened. That was wonderful. Following up that, they did show one game. It was a Serious Sam sequel, and it was also one of the spin-offs. It was another twin-stick shooter, and it looked pretty good. Then, a little bit later on, Jessica Chobot made some sort of cameo making fun of herself. She fell off her chair, and then they cut back to the studio again. They started another new service called Earliest Access, where instead of Early Access, where, you get to play games ahead of time, in Earliest Access, with Digital Devolver, you get to have the game the moment someone thinks of a game. I already knew what we were in for as this goes on, and it just keeps getting better. Following that up, they cut to Suda51, who's a pretty decent Japanese game developer, if I must say so myself. And he just starts talking, but then he doesn't actually mention anything specific, and a pop-up hits, and then he gets taken off the screen after that, and that was the end of him. I'm sorry. Then they went back. I'm sorry. They showed another sketch. They had something called comment created content, where someone could type in a comment on a YouTube post, and that would instantly create a game too. And oh my god, this show. After that, the credits rolled immediately. This was only 15 minutes in. The credits rolled. Greg Miller showed up at the end of the credits just asleep in a chair. And that was it. Then there was a cartoon after that for something called Super Self-Concerned Burrito. And just watch it. Don't even... I can't even. Afterwards, the show was followed up with a pre-show, which I guess since it was past midnight by the time that was out, was a pre-show to the pre-shows other shows do. Haha, super meta, but still funny. And that was a thing that happened. They were playing a game called Frog Smashers. It's a 4-player arcade game where you play as frogs and you just hit each other. And it looked like fun. Then they started playing another game, which it was just random games being thrown at them, and I didn't catch the title of that one either because it was late, I was tired. And I asked another friend on Twitter, and they just said, it was just them messing with the audience. They're pretty sure they were just trolling, but it was a lot like a WarioWare style game. Either way, they moved on finally and showed something called Project Richter, which was a procedural-generated version of Hotline Miami levels, except it didn't look like that. It looked like it was just Hotline Miami. I don't know if that's like saying something about the design of the game or anything. Hotline Miami is great, but it looked like they were just playing the regular game, so that was a thing too. The mayhem just continued indefinitely. Everyone seemed really inebriated and were having a good time, and you know what? That was fine. Somewhere around 2 a.m. I had to check out because I had had enough. It was just absolute bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Bananas. It was quite a show. If you're in the mood for a good comedy post that makes fun of the whole E3 thing, watch the replay of this event. I think it's worth it. I mean, they ended with, like, the host screaming with blood shooting out of her nose and her head explodes, and they start hard cutting to everything. Whoa, lad. Whoa. Oh, man. So that is the Devolver Digital recap. If you want to check it out, please check it out. And like and subscribe for more stuff from Hard Mode Gamers. Have a good one.